Hello, I'm Matthew Geis.
And I'm Devin Greathouse.
And you're watching The Ram Report. On October 30th, the Student Center will be hosting a pumpkin painting in the Rams Den from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The event is sponsored by Program Board.
The Rude Mechanicals, Shepherd resident medieval and Renaissance theater troupe will be performing Shakespeare's As You Like It from November 2nd to November 4th. Doors will open at 7 and the show begins at 7:30. Tickets are sold at $8 for general admission, $2 for non-Shepherd students, and Shepherd students have free admission with proof of Rambler.
Shepherd Environmental is hosting a campus cleanup on November 5th. Those interested in helping to have Shepherd's campus clean can meet at Scarborough Library at 1 p.m.
Dr. Peter S. Carmichael will be at the Robert C. Byrd Center for Congressional History Auditorium to give his presentation, Tracking Down a Confederate Deserter After Gettysburg. The event is on November 6th and starts at 7 p.m. The event is sponsored by the George Tyler Moore Center for the Study of the Civil War.
If you're feeling stressed, don't forget about Meditation Monday. Meditation Monday is held each Monday at 12:50 p.m. in the Cumberland Room in the Student Center.
Don't forget, academic advising for students returning for the spring 2019 semester ends on November 7th.
This concludes your Shepherd Ram Report. Up next, we have Paula Torres interviewing Meredith and Tatiana from the upcoming production of Wondrous Strange by the Meredith Theater.
Hello, Shepherd University. I am Paula Torres. I am here with two representatives from the Contemporary Arts Theater Festival. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I am Tatiana Williams. I'm a freshman here at Shepherd, and I'm an art major.
And my name is Meredith Blady. I graduated from Shepherd last year, and my major was psychology.
All right, so these two are actors currently working on the production of Wondrous Strange at the Meredith Theater. So how are you doing today?
They were fun.
I'm doing pretty good.
Great. All right, so our first question that everyone wants to know is, what is the play Wondrous Strange about?
So Wondrous Strange is basically a collection of 8 short stories that are kind of based around like a spooky theme.
Ooh, that's very exciting. When do you guys go up again? Like when does the show take?
The first 2 begins in November, so November 1st, 2nd, and then I think the 8th, 9th, and 10th.
The 2nd and 3rd. All right. So it'll be very fitting with that fall spooky kind of theme. That's very cool. So tell me a little bit about the characters you are specifically playing.
So I'm a couple different characters because it is 8 mini ghost stories.
Right.
So I'm in 5 of them. A couple of them I might be a ghost. I might not. Some of them I'm a person. But in one of them I'm a woman that likes to kill people. So that's going to be super exciting.
All right, and
Sure is. And then I'm also in a few of the different little plays, but my favorite role, I'm playing a person in Ghost Bros, which is going to be super cool. And I'm this guy who's kind of like, he's in this haunted place with his friends, and he's trying to get closer to his buddy. And in a really awkward and wonderful way.
Oh, I'm sure. That's very cool. All right, so how did you approach playing so many different characters in all these different plays?
We had like a list that we were given about kind of making our own backstory for the characters. So because they don't really have a background for most of them. So we just kind of make up our own, like why they're doing what they do, like what's their home life, what are their motives for this. So.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Basically, you have a list of characters and then you have to think about it. And our director also asks us while we're performing, different questions to get us to think about the characters.
Right.
So,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So how long has the rehearsal process been going?
Since the beginning of October about. So yeah, it's kind of like a shortened, intense rehearsal schedule that that we have.
How often do you rehearse?
Next week, she's kind of blocking it down, so we have a couple mini stories that we do each night. And then the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're doing it like every single night to just get it right.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Very cool. So what are you guys most excited for audiences to get out of this performance?
I'm most excited for just all of the different little plays, and I think it's really super entertaining. And I think that it's going to be a really fun time for the audience with all the different motifs in the different plays, and it'll be a really fun, kind of diverse evening experience.
Yeah, so the audience that you can expect, is it all ages? Is there scary stuff or?
I would say probably like that teenage age and up.
Okay.
I feel like it might be a little spooky for children, but
Sure.
you know, people will figure that out for their own kids. But yeah, it's
Right.
pretty fun.
Right, so you mentioned earlier about the folklore and the Appalachia tie-in. Can you guys give a little bit more into that and how that might appeal to our students?
Yes, well, actually, this play is based off of Kentucky folklore,
Okay.
and it's a really fun play for people to get into, and people around here. It's almost modern, I would say. Like there's a lot of different modern aspects of it, and it's something that you can kind of tie into and have a good time.
Yeah, there's Bloody Mary too. So
There's Bloody Mary.
Cool.
yeah, yeah, and that's really cool. But
Yeah.
yeah.
That's great. So I think my last tie-in question would be, if there are students at Shepherd who are really interested in performing and don't know much about the CATF, how would you encourage them? What would you tell them?
Probably to check the boards all around campus, because I mean they're bound to have like flyers up or taking classes. That's really helpful, especially if you've never acted before. It kind of like gets your feet wet and you're able to really get into it.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Tatiana and Meredith, I am so glad we could have had you on this show. Thank you guys very much for coming to talk about The Wondrous Strange. So, The Wondrous Strange will be performed at the Maranoff Theater on November 2nd and 3rd and the 8th through the 10th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are free for Shepherd students with a valid Rambler. Be sure to check the website for general admission costs. Thank you guys again.